Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you were in. This is the Big Girl Diary. Okay, here's the situation. You see right here? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, the discrimination, the racism is deep. Okay, in Zimbabwe, a white Zimbabwean African woman by the name of Brooke Burt Jackson won Miss Zimbabwe. And it went from 0 to 1,000 like this. Oh my goodness, the racism came out. The racism came out. She's getting hit left and right now. They got so bad to where, okay, look, just look here. My ancestors rolling in their graves. White woman wins 2023 Miss Universe Zimbabwe over melanated candidates. You can't make this up. You can't. Well, okay. Brooke was born in Zimbabwe. She is an African. She's an African born in Zimbabwe. And she's a white Zimbabwean African woman. Now, Zimbabwe is like, no, 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 nope, nope, nope. You're white. Oh, the men. It was the men that that voted for her to be Miss Zimbabwe or Miss Universe in Zimbabwe. Oh, she's a basic white woman. Oh my goodness, it was awful. I'm just sitting there, just shaking my head. Oh, and then they start saying, "Oh, the colonization, the colonizer won." You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Now, I could see if she wasn't born in Zimbabwe and she was, let's say, oh my goodness, Morocco. If she were Moroccan, flew down to Zimbabwe, participated in the contest, then I could understand. I could see the outrage. But no, she's white. I'm just like, whoa. But this is the first time this happened. Japan, Ariana Mayokoto. She's half black, half Japanese. Her father is black, her mother's Japanese, born in Japan. Now, Japan, the Japanese are very racist too. Yes, you are. Yes, you're racist too. Now, I'm generalizing. I'm not saying that all Japanese people are racist, but there's a big number of you that are racist. Yes, you are. Just like there's a big number of you Zimbabweans are racist because you got a problem with Brooke representing Zimbabwe because she's white and she's not melanated. You all need to stop. Just my opinion. Okay. Before I get into Zimbabwe, let me take you to Japan so that you can really see what I'm talking about before I get into it. All right, let's check this out. Fair use.
Japan is sparking controversy this morning. 20-year-old Ariana Miyamoto is the first biracial winner of that pageant. Seth Doan is in Tokyo, where Miyamoto says she wants to represent the new face of Japan. Seth, good morning.
Good morning. Japan is one of the most homogeneous countries on earth, and that newest beauty queen here is prompting a real debate about what it means to be Japanese.
Walking through the Shibuya section of Tokyo.
Okay, before we even get into that, they were the most homogeneous. I mean, come on now. Come on. You're saying that everyone looks alike, and they do. Zero diversity, which brings out the racism. If you do not look like everyone else, then there's going to be a problem. Now, some people may say, hey, well, Big Girl Diary, why is that even an issue? The issue is it's 2023. Now, when it were white people showing their discrimination, we had marches, accept people, blah, blah, blah. Now that the shoe's on the other foot, and then you have white people participating in a beauty contest in Zimbabwe, and she won. I mean, it's bad. They were calling her a basic white woman. Oh, it's awful. Now let's know it's melanated and she can't win. Oh, the African men of the 7 judges voted for her because she's white. But let's go back to Japan real quick.
Tokyo, Ariana Miyamoto certainly turns heads, and she wants to use that attention to change attitudes.
Why did you want to be Miss Universe Japan?
Japan still has racial issues, she told us, and I wanted to do something about it.
Miss Nagasaki.
When Miyamoto was crowned Miss Universe Japan in March, selected by a panel of 7 Japanese judges, her surprise on stage was real. She was the first ever winner to be biracial. Her father is African American, her mother Japanese. At first, I didn't want to compete, she told us, but then a close friend who was also biracial.
And now I thought that was quite interesting. She participated because her friend self-deleted, which is a shame. And there is such, I don't want to say hatred, because hatred is really strong. I'm going to say there's such prejudice and racism in Japan to where they bullied this poor guy or this young guy to eliminate himself because of their racism. Racism is racism, whether if you're black, white, Japanese, it's still a problem. But
that's when I decided to do something about the suffering he'd endured.
Your friend killed himself because he was mixed race and being made fun of?
He really hated being half Japanese, she said, and not being fully accepted into Japanese society. Japan, an island nation that did not open to the world until the late 1800s, still lacks real diversity today. Mixed-race children made up less than 2% of births in.
okay. They're being kind by saying that they didn't open up their doors until the late 1800s. Look. Hate is hate. I mean, racism is racism. Whether if they opened up their doors 120 years ago or 20 years ago, she's still Japanese. She's still Japanese, period. And let me come back to that.
2013. At the Tokyo gym where she works out twice a week, it's hard to imagine this now confident, stunning 20-year-old was once a bullied kid. Whenever the teacher told us to hold hands, other children thought my black skin would rub off on them, so they said, "Don't touch me," she remembered. Some kids wouldn't get into the pool with me. Others threw garbage at me. The beauty queen, who is constantly
Threw garbage at her. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That right there is a mess. Now, Zimbabwe. Okay, Japan doesn't have the issues that Zimbabwe has. No. It's the reverse. Ah, man, oh man, oh man. I'm really disappointed. I really am. I'm disappointed because um because Brooke just wanted to be a part of Zimbabwe. That's it. She wanted the Zimbabwean dream. That is it. I'm Zimbabwe. I was born here, went through school, and I just wanted to be, I wanted to participate against beautiful women. And the women are beautiful. I'll go ahead and show you what they look like. All right, here. Rolling over in their grave. Now, this right here is Brooke. They're like, she's a basic white woman. There's nothing special about her. That is awful. But these are the rest of the women that participated. And this person says, extremely tragic and disappointment. I agree with you. This is awful. Laughing my butt off. The shot is still tragic, though. All of the beautiful melanated women are just telling me the European woman won a contest for black people. I mean, this is outrageous, and the comments are going to be wild. They're going to be wild. But I don't want to get too heavily into. I don't want to get too heavily into it, into the comments. But okay, Zimbabwe is a 98% black country. And yes, I'm using black because over there, outside of the United States, you go according to country nationality. The United States, you're either black or white. Anything in between is a mixture of brown and yellow. Well, still brown. It could be tan. Okay. But the fact that Zimbabwe is I'm disappointed. I really am. I'm disappointed. And I know I'm going to catch a whole lot of BS by me even saying this. But what's fair is fair. It's fair. I'm not I'm looking at it the rules. Did she break any of the rules? No. The only problem is that she's white. Now, if she were a black Zimbabwean, it would have been like business as usual. But no, she's white. And whether if you like it or not, it's part of her culture. And I'm not caping for anyone. I'm not. I'm just it's just what it is. She didn't break any rules. The problem is that she's white and people are having a heart attack about it. I don't see what the issue is. I really don't. And I find it outrageous how they're saying that um, the judges were men, and because they were men, they were mesmerized by her being white. And I thought that was ugly, calling her a basic white woman. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. That's awful. Okay. What do you think? Does racism only pertain to white people? It's most definitely a Japanese thing. And now we know it's an African thing, a Zimbabwean thing. What do you think? Leave comments and please be constructive, carry on a conversation, and let's not be ugly. Okay? And thank you for stopping by. Oh, please like, subscribe, help me get to the next level.